Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are here in Osgiliath after the battle has finished, and we have three quests on our tracker, two of which I want to actually focus on today. We're going to be focusing on the march to Osgiliath and enemies within the ruins. I'm not really going to focus too much on the Garden of Gondor at this second. Peregrine is just over there. We can talk to him when we need to, but I do want to get some of the stuff done in this area because we need it for the deeds, and also, I think it would be good to do rather than skipping past it. Also, on top of that, I had mentioned we needed to level up a bit more. XP is always useful. Based on that point, what I was trying to get to was we currently have recognition going on. So we get double XP from that, plus we got double XP from the bonus XP, so doing a bunch of side quests is like really, really good now. So a bunch of quests that we can just do quickly is like the perfect thing. Before we do get into these two quests though, we do have our Hobbit gift of the day, so let's have a quick little look at that. It's going to be a massive pile of copper scraps, okay? So that is a 1 gold for us, which is quite nice. We still have the bread and the lump of butter. I'm actually going to lock those just because I feel like it's worth it. We need to talk to some people, so we need to talk to you, we need to talk to these two over here, and then that'll get us started properly on the march to Osgiliath.
You hear my plight.
And then for you,
alone will not stop the enemy.
And then we need to talk to Malbung. Okay, so that's a very easy quest to complete. Aragorn still hopes the Rangers of Ithilien, hidden within Osgiliath, who could help guide his army in their northward march. So these are I think the guys we saved when we did all those other quests.
What tidings do you carry this day?
We've done much to sweep the fight from this place, but some remain. While they do, they are a threat to the rear flank of Aragorn's host, to the guard of Minas Tirith, and to my men here. To truly purge our enemy out, you'll need to help. Okay, so I thought he was going to give us another quest, but no. And we have this. So, a quest of Osgiliath and... oh, wrong one. And the Crossroads. So we have 11 quests. I assume there's just a total of 11. Otherwise, if there were like 15, I feel like they would have done 15 or 10. Specifically having 11 makes me think there are 11 quests here exactly. I also noticed there's a nice auctioneer and vaultkeeper over here, which is kind of useful. We can use those at some point, I'm sure. But basically, that was... okay, yeah. I thought we got a rep deed or something because of... did we get rep? Yeah, 500 rep. So we need to take that off our tracker. We have some areas in here to go to. So 1, 2, and 3, we can sort of just do that very nicely through there. We have to find some hidden supplies, not get stuck on there, and we'll actually get on our steed for the moment. We'll get dismounted as soon as we go in, but it's not a huge deal. And I mean, even for a quest as simple as that, we're getting 110 XP, or 110k XP, so... if I'm correct in working it all out, it would have been 55k without the bonus XP from here. I think that's how it works. I think it doubles that and then double it there. I think that's how it works. So even for a very simple quest, we're getting a lot of XP, which should mean we get a lot of XP for these bigger quests here. A look into Osgiliath. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's quite a lot of deeds in the area... of like this area after battle that give us some quite good virtues, because I remember coming through and I needed to start doing everything here on my main to get some of the traits I needed, or virtues rather. So stuff like confidence isn't quite needed, but you get fidelity and stuff like that is always nice for vitality and such. Okay, so I think that was everything in that area. Seems we still have the quest ring on there, but I think that's just going to be one of those things where it stays there even if it is done with. I was going to say, it looks like there are definitely a lot less enemies hiding about, which is always nice. We'll actually get back on our steed. And I guess we are going to these places anyway, and then we can probably jump into the culverts just for the sake of that deed. I think that's probably fine. Because the culverts are here. In fact, we could probably do it now, to be fair. We'll do it on our way back, I think, is probably better, like, to focus on. Was I able to ever jump this side? I was. Good. Oh, seems like quite a few enemies around here. Some archers and stuff. We shouldn't really have to really worry about anybody, I don't think. But yeah, we'll go into the culverts just to get that deed completed. It's worth it for, even if we don't use confidence, it's nice to have, I guess. Okay, we searched the Dome of Stars. We're going to run around and get all the supplies we need. So yeah, there were only 2 in that one, but this is a bigger area, so I'm hoping we kind of make up for it in this area. So, because otherwise we've got to, however many we get from here, we're then going to have to find the remainder in the palace. So if we get like 3, 4 from here, that means we have to get like 5, I think. Or 4 or 5 from the other areas. But it looks like we've got quite a few. Ah, you would be all the way over there. Okay. And we can't get on our seat, obviously, because, well, we're inside. And I feel like that would be a little unfair to them. Right. So, 4, 5. There's definitely another one down there somewhere. So, 6. I think this might end up being the one with, like, most of. And then we'll just have, like, 2, maybe 3 in the palace. So there's one down there. Is it worth... I think we've got what's everything that we need, like, at the top layer. And it's not going to be a huge deal if we have to jump back up there. So this will be 6, 7. I think there's at least one more, so it might be 8. There might even just be 1 in the palace. Or there could be more than 10 total. But you still have to search all 3 areas. Oh, come on. Right, just a quick run around C9. Is there really just going to be 1 in there? I mean, we have to go to the other area anyway. I think there's probably more than 1 in the palace, but it's just designed so you still have to go to all 3 anyway. Which is fair enough. We'll actually get on our war steed for this one because... Well, actually, how are we going to do this? We've got to go down there, don't we? To the left. Or to the north, rather. But then I think we've got to go around... I don't know why I'm finding it harder to navigate now than before, but apparently I am. Maybe it's because I spent so long here, I did have like a route marked out in my head. Right. Please be what I think you are. Do you have any sort of... Okay, we'll go in the water. Or not. That is not what I meant to do. That was really dumb of me. To be fair, I don't think that should have happened. I think I should have just fallen in the water. I guess it works out though, because I can just go straight across the bridge and then up, which is probably what you were supposed to do. Still don't think that should have happened though. That's probably, you know, I'm convinced I fell in the water, but I'm not too fussed about stuff like that, at least on this character. You know, we've died plenty of times before to worse things. My worst was still in the lowlands. I died because of lag. That was fun. I can't remember what episode that was. That was quite a while ago, but I died to lag. That was probably my worst death, so I mean nothing can really top that. So I think we're all good. If I die on the legendary server, it's going to sting a little bit more because it'll be my first death. So far I have yet to die as of recording this. So I'm really hoping that I'm a bit more clever with everything, to be honest. Oh, we have a quest ring in here. Is there only one set? No, see, there are multiple supplies, so it probably is a case of no matter how many I got here and in the middle one, I would have still had to go to yeah, see, there's a bunch, it looks like, of these supplies. I probably would have still had to go to the Dome of Stars. I think that was it. Just want to quickly check, because there was a quest ring, so I don't know if there was a quest, like someone in here, sort of thing. I guess not. I could probably be very cheeky, and I could probably use Desperate Flight. This could go either really bad or really well. Hey, would you look at that? It went really sort of well. While we're here, I do want to go into the culverts because I want to finish up this deed, and then we'll just jump straight out, and then we'll head back to Mablung, see how much XP he's going to give us, because, you know, it should be like 250, 300k-ish if I'm working everything out right. Right, there we are. A look into Osgiliath is completed. We have 3 more to do. Haradrim Remnants, which we have. Treasure of North Ithilien and Ruins of North Ithilien to do. Is there anything? Oh, it's kind of like barren now. It's a little upsetting. But yeah, that's now completed. That's good. That will give us some vials of sapphire extract, rather, some 12 tokens, or Host of the West silver pieces. Idealism, which is kind of goodish. I don't think it's necessarily great for us, but it's a good one, I guess. And then reputation, obviously. Right. So now we just need to make our way back up very, very quickly. Talk to Mablung, see what he wants us to do. If he's got any other quests for us. As I said, I'm assuming there's got to be quite a few. I mean, the crossroads as well, which are up here, is part of that deed. But I wouldn't have thought there'll be like 2 quests here and then nothing else. So I'm assuming once both those quests are completed, he'll have another quest available, just with the requirements of completing the first 2. So yeah, that should hopefully be good. And we'll also see the XP we're getting. So with our VIP bonus plus our recognition, this should be the perfect time to get quite a few quests done, as I said. It's also going to be, if I'm right, also on the legendary server, so that should be good for us as well.
Will not stop the enemy.
Right. Oh, only 184k. It's not too amazing, but not too terrible. The thing is, I don't know what the base, like, what it would have been without the recognition and the double XP. Like, also, is it just 300% XP, or is it, like, you know, I don't actually know how it stacks, sort of thing. So we just need to defeat 10 enemies, which I'm pretty sure even the ruin crawlers probably count. Come on. Yeah, defeat enemies in Osgiliath. So these count, which is good. Makes life a lot easier because we don't have to go, you know, we don't have to be super picky and be like, oh, well, this is a ruin crawler or a bat, and, you know, it means it doesn't count. It's anything red dot on this map at the moment. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway through, pretty much just off of what's on the mini map now. So it should be a very quick one. And even XP wise, he's giving us about, you know, nearly 2k XP just from killing these little things, which, you know, aren't that difficult and really aren't doing any damage to us that we have to worry about. So 1,796. It does make me wonder what XP I get for the Morgul defilers and stuff. So is it going to be more? Is it going to be less? Is it just going to be the same? You know, because they are, you know, technically harder enemies. Like, these are by default very hostile enemies compared to just rats. They're just going to give us the same. But these guys have, I think, a bit of a better drop table sort of thing, like zircons and stuff, because they're humanoid enemies. They have a chance of dropping a lot better vendor trash than just city rats. Alright, 6 out of 10. 2 more down here. Then should just, as I said, be very, very quick for the rest of them. Right, yeah, there they are. I thought I lost them for a moment. So is this... So that's by the culverts. Okay. We also know if these had not counted and it was just only the orcs and stuff, we could see that place near the Dome of the Stars, which is also very good. Yeah, it was done by the Dome of the Stars. So what I meant earlier was Houses of Healing, is what I meant to talk about when I was talking about the one that had 2 things in it. Oh, we're getting some sort of poison. It's fine. We need to keep an eye on that, because you don't look for a moment and then you're at half health because you're just not paying too much attention, and it can kind of become an issue. So definitely need to keep an eye on that. Plus also we have those deeds to actually be using these skills, so you know, obviously there is a daily cap to it, but you know, we can eventually get through it. I do want to... Oh, this is going to be awkward. Are you going to be really... Okay, what I'll do is I'll set a trap because you're literally under the rubble. Are you going to come attack me? Or are you stuck? It's stuck. Okay, let's go kill these 2 enemies over here, I guess. Whatever they are. Wherever they are. God. Where are they? There they are. And then that's just gonna like aggro us forever and never leave us. But yeah, we do also need to find, like, obviously these guys are perfectly fine for it. If we need to use a skill, like specifically I need to use like Bard's Arrow, let's say I'll use, or Blood Arrow or Bard's Arrow. We can use those now, you know, obviously it's worth doing. It gives us some morale. Does Bard's Arrow give it? No, it's Blood Arrow does give us... restores 2% of max morale for every 2 seconds for 10 seconds, and then on hit restores 10% of our maximum morale. So it is actually quite a good skill to be using. And it only costs 3 power, doesn't have any specifically other big requirements, and has a pretty fast cooldown. So I'm thinking about moving it up maybe to 7. Or moving trap to 7, this to 6, and then we can use that a bit more often when we're having any issues, because you know, if we do have any issues, then we want to... I don't know why I'm attacking the city rat, there's no sense for it. But then we can just use that more often, have, you know, more morale. If it does 10% of our morale, that's really, really actually quite good. So we should be using that more. But my point basically is we can be killing these enemies, and we'll be getting these, like, I need to sturdy traps, for example. I really need to do sturdy traps because it's taken me forever, and we're somewhat close, only, what, 33 more? I could probably, I think the cap is maybe 50. I could probably finish that today, just by placing them after the episode, or in between episodes. I might go to, like, 3, 4, 9 and leave 1 out. But stuff like... which one? Like Heartseeker, for example. We can either use those on enemies normally, or basically, my point is, we need to find a training dummy. But all the training, it only works if it's the training dummy is your level. So we need to get like a level 105, 110 training dummy, which I think the closest one... I actually don't know where the closest one is, to be fair. I need to actually find that out. I think there's one in Minas Tirith, possibly, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Search for mysterious figures. Okay, I think we'll do this one at the High Archives, and then I think we'll be done for today. I've done a lot of rambling, but I think, you know, we're rambling, but we're doing a lot. You know, we're getting about 200k XP from each quest, just under 185k roughly. So good XP we're getting, you know, the bonus XP and stuff. This will the recognition will last a couple more days still, so we have a few more episodes to actually use it on, so we can do that. And yeah, we're just making good progress. But I do need to look, as I said, for a training dummy. Or I'm just going to have to be going out to enemies and specifically focusing on certain skills. Now, if I do that, or if I have to do that, I have to check if it will work on lower level enemies. Because what I might have to do is go to like Bree or the North Downs or something, get enemies I can one-shot, but also won't be getting XP from, and do it that way. If that doesn't work, what I might just have to do, so it isn't, you know, giving us XP separate from the series, is just put a Stone of the Tortoise on, and then do it that way, and I'd have to come out and kill these guys with a Stone of the Tortoise, so that I wasn't gaining any experience out of it. Oh, look who it is! You spy Eladan and Ella here. That's sight for sore eyes. Do you guys want to help at all, or are you just gonna sort of just be there? No, you're just gonna. Okay, cool. I don't know why I'm focusing on the rat. I should probably be focusing on the enemy that's actually going to be doing damage to me, but apparently I'm not that clever. Right, take you out. Then before going into anything, I'd need to look at this wooden chest to see if there's anything worth looking at. It's not that bad. 2 bundles of reclaimed Ithilien lumber. So that's wood stolen from North Ithilien, now reclaimed for use by the Free Peoples. And Anorian herbs. Now, I don't actually know what that does. It's a barter item. Is it? I guess it is. I didn't know. I've actually never had that item before. So let's talk to you guys. Aragorn bade us to defeat a large troll which killed many Gondorians. We tracked in the elusive wretch till it took refuge in Osgiliath. We are unfamiliar with the city. The ruins have turned this place into a maze. You assure Ella here that you can find this troll. And same for Eladan. Defeat the troll. We need to find a troll. Oh, okay, okay. Found it. I didn't know what I was looking for. I was like specifically focusing on quest rings. Right, it would be kind of nice if they came and helped, just saying. Is it going to be somewhere really obvious and they just can't see it? I'm also tempted to put Passage of Foes and see if I can find an enemy from here. Okay, no. There's nothing showing up yet. I just thought it'd be a little bit funny if we could just, like, find it from our tracking skill. Though that is another skill I think we need to be using. What is it? Heightened senses, tracking skills. We need to use 500 and we've used 108. I'll have another wooden chest. Why, thank you. Bolts of rush cloth, poplar, sapwood branches, Anorian scarn, zircon. So this is why it's all good. We're getting pretty much one of each. You know, that's a scholar item. That's a critted tailor item, I'm pretty sure. That's a crit Forester Tailor Woodworker. That's, you know, morale pots, Anorian ore, and Anorian jeweler. Oh, a Haradrim supply crate as well. I will have that. Why, thank you. We lost the track though. I've lost what I was after. Okay, it's gone up that way. This is why. I have no idea why I specifically ran over there. But I did. Oh, is it gonna be in the palace? Is it gonna be in the palace? Is that why I heard so much rumbling? Is it in here? It's in here. I told you something else would be happening in here. I told you. Okay, 68k, 69k morale. Okay. We'll, whoa, lag, what on earth? Set a trap. Barbed arrow it. Rapid fire. We can even Heartseeker. We should have probably Heartseeker at the start, to be fair. Because Heartseeker's going to do like 8k damage. We'll use that. That'll daze it instead of me. And there we are, defeated. And a Traveler's Steelbound loot box, because I don't think we got one of those last episode. Was it last episode of this or last episode? Well, I don't think we got one last episode at all, because we didn't do much killing. I don't think we got one in the last episode of the Legendary server, so very interesting. Let's go back to Eladan and Ella here. And then I promise we will finally be done. Oh, they're back there, are they? It's really annoying that Desperate Flight takes such a long cooldown. It's 15, oh, it's a half an hour cooldown, and we basically, obviously 15 minutes. Now, if we force killed ourselves, we could get there quite quickly, but it's not really what I'm after. Oh, this place gives me nightmares. So we're just gonna sort of have to jump around, probably get lagged back in a minute, I have a feeling. Well, it's kind of cool that the blood stays. So you're telling me I could have literally just gone that way, and then I could have... I wonder if you have to find, like, have to follow, or if I could have actually just darted straight towards the palace, and that would be where it is. Also notice these are barter items as well. Scraps of battle pass it cannot be used to make new equipment, but will work just fine to reinforce equipment damage at the Pelennor. So luckily that doesn't take too long to cut across there. So we're getting a lot of items that I'm really unfamiliar with, which is kind of interesting, but also it's like I'm probably going to sell something really that I really need by accident. But yeah, I might go to like the quartermaster and see what these do. But for now, we'll just hold on to them. We'll go talk to these two. Hopefully, it should just be a case of talk to these and then talk to Malbung or Mablang, whatever it was. And then hopefully that should be us sorted for the day. Okay, yeah, so we want to rebuild this area. Yeah. So talk to Mablung, who's just up here again.
What tidings do you carry this day?
I'm glad to learn the mysterious figures were 2 elves and known to you no less. May they and the rest of this Lord Aragorn's host march on the glory and triumph against the eye. So that's us done, and then we're gonna, not today, but next episode, meet with Gothilm? That's right, yeah. A reasonable trade. Wants to parlay. Rightio, let's have a little chat in the next episode. But for now, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.